Just get all the bits and shit done. I was actually in the middle of doing a Sofa post about something else.
Wait,
So
what?
I'll just finish that. It's just a birthday, well, a remembrance post
Hmm.
before I do the stream. Oh. Not long now, buddy.
Nope, not long.
You excited?
Yes, quite excited.
Me too. Me fucking too. Can you wait? Right, so that's that done. So are we live on the Tube Reviews? We are live on the Tube Reviews.
We are live. We are live. Coming in to you live.
Well, that is a nice looking cover picture.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, let's get this posted then. Right. What planet was this one set on?
BG 386 was it?
BG 386.
Hello, Nomad. Welcome to the stream. And hello, Caustic Viper. I'm doing good. Doing good. Just another Sunday. The last Sunday in which I will have not seen Alien Romulus.
Aliens.
Squip Xander, welcome. We'll be getting started here momentarily. Nomad, some screenings are already happening. Officially, it's coming out Friday. I'm seeing it Thursday because day early screenings are pretty common everywhere in the U.S. now. Mike Monahan, usually. He's wrong account. Mike's Monsters. Welcome to the stream. Squip.
Whip says everybody get their popcorn buckets.
I did spend entirely too much money on popcorn
Hey,
buckets.
I sent you money back.
I know that's just for me. I spent too much money. Because
Well, how many did you get?
well, I got the Cinemark one. I got the Regal head one. I got the Regal facehugger canister one. I got both cups. And I think that's it. Yeah, but that was, I mean, add that all together. That's too much money.
I've seen people sharing a shirt.
Yeah, I didn't notice that when I was there. Granted, they didn't have everything on display. I kind of had to ask, and they went back and got it. So Mike is back. So I don't know about the shirt. But everything else I have, except for the AMC one, the one you have that's in the UK, the Odeon one.
Yeah. You not bothering with that one?
No, I'm gonna get it. They're just not out here yet.
Fair enough.
Caleb, welcome. Ahoy. Xander says, wish that we could get you guys over at the PO meetups and screenings. Are those happening in New York? Is that where they're doing their meetup screenings? That would be fun. But travel is expensive these days.
And you can expect me to be able to make it to US.
One of these days. Yeah.
You just said that good travel's expensive.
I've come to the UK before. It's your turn.
Yeah, not specifically to see me.
That was part of it.
Yeah. Tell you what, when we win the lottery.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, I think that's there.
Squip Regal has the shirt. It's a facehugger shirt that says "I'm a hugger," right?
It's something like that, yeah. Something like that.
Xander says we just need to smuggle Aaron in. That's right.
No, you just need to provide me with money, that's all.
The Eureka.
Buy me the tickets and the I suppose the tickets was probably the expensive bit, isn't it? Not so much the
Well, they do have
hotel
direct
and whatever.
flights, London to Salt Lake, and yeah, I mean they're pricey, but not like ridiculously so. It's just a
Right,
long flight.
I think we are shared everywhere, and the whoring has been completed.
Good. Let me go ahead and get this game
Oh,
up and running.
everywhere that isn't a dick about me sharing it. That's... I say that like it's more than just the one group that I fucking hate, but it is just the one group that I hate. Not that we'll talk about that.
1 second, trying to figure out some audio here. Huh, that's odd. AVP still wanting to come out of my speakers for some reason. Let's see if I can switch that output device.
I'm not saying Schwip. I'm not saying. To be fair, I don't whore us out that badly on the streams, but there's one group in particular that's always fucking funny with me.
One moment. I am just going to relaunch AVP because it is being a little stupid.
Gusty Viper says, have you all seen the trailer for Rogue Incursion that has Zula in it? If so, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I thought it looked good. I got to talk to those guys at San Diego Comic-Con, and our interview for that is going up, if not today, then tomorrow. I was really impressed with everything I saw there, both at the panel and just talking to them, and I thought the screenshots in the trailer were really encouraging. They say it's going to be like 8 hours campaign, which is, I mean, longer than some
about normal
Call of Duty campaigns. So
it's about 6 to 8 for a normal campaign these days, isn't it?
I mean, it depends. But for shooters or, I mean, for VR single player, it's pretty long.
Okay. Reva Chick says, evening, wanted to say your reviews of Cold Forge and Phalanx was spot on. Liked Cold Forge and I'm halfway through the audio book of Phalanx and I'm enjoying the different setting in it. Oh, awesome. Those are books I hold very highly.
There we
and
go.
I always love to hear that other folk are out there enjoying it.
There we go. Now we got some audio. Let me just throw the game back on so y'all can see it.
Okay, I'm in the lobby waiting.
So today we are playing Aliens vs. Predator 2010, and I thought it was appropriate we would play this today because we are approaching the 20th anniversary of the 2004 film AVP, Alien vs. Predator. And this game took a lot of influence from those films, actually. It's the first time the AVP games were influenced by the AVP movies. Well, I guess not if you include Requiem on PSP, but mainline entry, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Lone Fox says, I do wish you need to invite me, by the way. I can't join you. I don't know if you're in a lobby.
I am about to.
Oh, no, it says I can join you. Lone Fox says, I do wish the F44AA was able to find its way into Rogue Incursion, though I understand why it isn't there. It would be cool. I don't think it was double A on the end of it. But that is the Romulus's prototype pulse rifle. I suppose it'd be an antique. Well, no, actually. Rogue Incursion has to be between Alien and Aliens as well. Well, it doesn't have to be because of Cryo. Wait, no. When does Colony War take? I don't fucking know. It's too much going off between between those timelines.
There we go. I play this game with a controller still.
Costy Viper says it really looks like the animation's got smoother since its reveal teaser. Very interested in making it my first VR game once I get one. I am very much looking forward to it. I'm very much glad I managed to snag some cheap VR kit, and I hope it looks okay on the stuff I've got. That said, I won't be able to play it on the PlayStation version, will I? You need play the second one.
So, there is one active server for this game right now, which is Species Team Deathmatch UK server. So probably good for you, Aaron. If anyone would like to join us, feel free to hop on if you have this on PC. Yeah, I think I'll be a Murray. That sounds good.
Sarah says, my levels of excitement on the new Reebok Stompers have no ceiling. I can hope I can snag a pair. I really like the laced versions of the Bug Stompers.
I liked those black ones that said XX121 on them.
Yeah.
But I missed out on those.
I wasn't too keen on the other variants they did, like the Colonial Marines one and the Caterpillar ones. I wasn't terribly fussed on them. I liked the OG.
Well, since we are celebrating AVP's 20th, I guess I will switch to Mr. Grid Alien. Oh, and hey, we're in the pyramid. How appropriate.
Where's every fucker going? They're all leaving. Ready up, people, and they'll fucking start. Because Lone Fox says, I just want to know what the shoulder brace is doing. One of the TV spots showed a bit more now. I'm wondering whether it's a quasi smart gun system. Mitch says it has the same function as the Spaz. Let's scroll down. As the Spaz 12 support hook. I think that.
Oh, sorry.
The
that was you.
I tabbed out. I was fucking trying to scroll down to the chat. I think the support hook looks quite interesting. I'm kind of hoping it fails and is awkward, and it's like one of those reasons why it got abandoned. Mikey sent me something on Discord. I should check. Sarah says, I have the Bishop lows and the Bug Stomper low already. I'd get the battle pack, but I can't find a pair in my size. You know, I'd love to wear them. I have some lows as well. I think they're half a size too friggin' small for me, though.
Ooh, is
so
that
they're
you?
not massively comfortable for me. I don't know. They're not massively comfortable for me to wear.
Shooting the alien on the top of the pyramid.
I was indeed.
Then that is you. Yeah.
But I'm certainly going to try and get a pair of these.
Gotcha.
Oh. I'm better than you, says this game holds up so well. My friends and I have been playing this every day towards the release of Romulus. But says, do you wear the Stompers or keep them more as display? Like I was saying, I only don't wear them that often because I think they're half a size too small for me. I need to crack them out for the Romulus premiere.
Jeez.
Just to see how comfortable they are.
Oh, hey, Nomad Clan's in here. Can you all hear us in the game okay, by the way? No weird background ambience like last time?
Wasn't necessarily a bad thing last time, was it? Oh no, I'm reloaded!
Well, I think somehow, like, one of just my room ambience videos on YouTube somehow got into Streamlabs. Which, I don't know how that happened, but apologies last time.
Aren't you supposed to be mildly techie?
Audio's a bit low. Our voices or the game, Mitch? You're the IT guy.
I still thought you were supposed to be mildly techie.
I am at least mildly techie.
Ox says, alright lads, I'm ready for a right old tussle. You're joining us. Oh, White Baden's on.
Both Is it both too low?
I'm better. Sarah says I wear mine both in my
All
size
right,
and both free.
let's try this, folks. Da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Aaron, speak.
Hello. Hello.
Okay. Okay. How about that?
I need to see what Mikey sent me. What secret squirrel stuff.
Okay, good. I'll crank up the game just a little bit as well.
Alright, well, we'll see that when we can get the script as well, Mike. Yeah, I know, I've said that, Xander. I've said that, and I always try and get Caleb on, but he's not a ball player.
Ah! Damn it. Would have had that guy. Ah!
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, I think it was, Mike. I think it was in the script. Because I'm sure that somebody I talked to said there was a nickname in there.
Xander says, feel like you guys need someone in voice chat to read off chat while you game. That's right. Caleb, that's your job. Get in here.
I try and get him to come on. Caleb says it's so much awkwardness to shift everything round to do that.
Just look at the chat and read it to
It's
us.
fine. I'm just hearing the lack of gameplay. Are you winning, son? Says Casper.
Not yet. Oh, but I forgot to welcome Casper to the stream, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a patron.
Indeed, thank you. I swear to God, this plays better on a controller. I need to crack mine out.
It was designed more for consoles, I think, even though it was great on PC. Like, they used it for benchmarking and stuff on PC, so it's really held up. The graphics.
It was the DirectX 12,
DX11.
11.
But at the time, it looked a lot better on PC than on consoles, and it looked great on consoles.
Hello, you guys. Do you have room for one more?
And there's always room for one more, Gregory.
We're just saying someone should read us the chat. Oh, or you're going to be playing too. Okay, never mind. We will all play the chat.
Ah, bastard.
We will just do 10 seconds.
I always try to. Xander says, hey, now the moderators can do no wrong. They're the ultimate badass. No, I believe in a meritocracy, don't I, Adam? You earn your praise.
That's right. Although he believes in, like, cannot be pleased meritocracy.
Mate, that is absolute bullshit, and you fucking know it. If the idea of cannot be pleased is please meet your deadline.
No, cannot be pleased it's just never enough.
Get fucked with you right off.
Damn it.
Caleb says lack of commitment to sparkle motion. I don't understand the reference. I'm vaguely aware of it, but I don't remember what it means. What's sparkle motion?
Yeah, what does that phrase mean? I've heard it before.
Unlike Captain America, I do not understand that reference.
At least we got some players in here now.
I'm from Donnie Darko. God, I haven't watched that in a long time.
I've still never seen that movie. I know it's one of Mike's favorites.
By the way, bye.
You took revenge on the persecutor.
I once had to, in the days of MSN, in school, I once had to watch that and explain it to the girl I was seeing at the time what the fuck was going on. And I never fully understood what was going on anyway.
Oh, bullets hurt.
Explosive tip bullets.
That was funny when I was at the shooting range. I asked what the pulse rifle fires, and he's like, "Oh, it's
Not really.
45 AC. Oh, it's actually the 10mm caseless." And I was like, "Oh, I know you're a fan." That was so much fun.
You say it was 45 ace.
Yeah,
TP.
yeah, it was 45 round because Thompson.
Behind you, Hicks, behind you.
Too late. Too late. Sarah says Hicks has no memory of that memory. That is one of my fucking mottos.
Sorry, Greg.
Xander says, Aaron, you need to work your charm and get us a new AVP game. I don't think I really had much charm according to Adam.
I went over to the Rebellion booth at San Diego Comic-Con, and I was like, we're all just hoping for a new AVP from you guys.
What did it say?
Oh shit.
I think he was just like, I think he was kind of newer with the company the guy was talking to, and he was like, yeah, that was kind of before my time, but I would love if they did it.
They're probably like, move on, man, move on.
No, because I've talked to Jason Kingsley, right? The horse
Yes.
riding CEO guy,
Yeah.
and he's like, we would love to do it. It's just a matter of getting the license again.
If only Disney had stopped being ashamed of it.
Well, if Disney's known for anything, it's franchise building, and they actually did take their time with the Marvel films. Say what you will about the oversaturation of them these days, but that was something they were praised for over DC's strategy. So who knows? Maybe I think we just need comics first. Like, can we get AVP anything at this point? Would be cool.
I'm kind of
but-
surprised they jumped straight to the Marvel crossovers before doing an AVP.
Yeah, I agreed. It's weird to be seeing Aliens versus Avengers before we have any new AVP comics.
Yeah.
I wasn't terribly keen on the art preview.
Oh, for Aliens versus Avengers?
Yeah. The alien looked a bit detailless.
But as far as the AVP movie 20th anniversary is concerned, we have some goodies coming out. We'll be dropping some scripts never before publicly available.
Just the one to start with.
Okay, well, a script, and then maybe another one down the road.
Oh, there will be. I fucking spent the money on it, and I spent the time transcribing it. I'm going to give you all like 500 quid plus my man hours for free.
Oh.
I was thinking about it the other day.
As always.
Oh, it's a cluster over here. But I do feel like an AVP video game now would do really well because it's just been so long. And with Predator in a better place than it was, and all this hype surrounding Romulus, I think that could be really interesting.
Oh, definitely. I'm kind of surprised Focus hasn't jumped on it a bit more. Do we know if Focus is publishing Rogue Incursion? I can't remember.
I don't think so, honestly. I think it's just 20th Century Games is publishing it directly.
Ooh, interesting.
Because there was a short time where they had like the Fox Next thing they were setting up,
Yeah, yeah.
and they were in charge of that Alien Descent experience I did. And they were the original publishers of Fireteam Elite before
That all went tits up.
Yeah, with the merger, and now they reestablished games division, so now you have 20th Century Games again.
I just found out there's some crazy Fireteam Elite mod yesterday. They finally, the community, they've made a mod, not for VR, but for normal PC, first-person mod.
Oh,
Oh,
I would be
cool.
interested in that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did see a VR mod, though, for Fireteam Elite that looked impressive.
Yeah, that was, I think that is maybe out now. It exists, but you can actually play normal PC FPS now. It's not completely perfect, but it looks a lot better than I thought it would. Honestly.
Yeah, I'd definitely be down to check that out. I feel like that was a missed opportunity not adding like a swappable perspective mode, because we saw that with there's another Horde shooter, World War Z, and they released like an annual version or something like that, like a re-release Ultimate Edition, and it was a third-person game initially, but you could switch to first-person. It looked great. And whenever I would use like the camera tool in Fireteam Elite to go into first person, I was always like, man, I wish I could just play like this. Oh, this server is a bit laggy for me.
I'm quite happy with it just being third person, to be honest.
Yeah, I've tried the first person, and there are options for different FOVs, and I love it. It looks nice and interesting, but playing around with the gameplay, I do understand why it's third person. With the number of enemies, it looks better. It looks better in third person. I reverted back, even though it looks awesome, but gameplay-wise,
don't get me wrong.
better.
I would still play it third person most of the time. It's just a neat little thing to occasionally switch to. Like Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto is another great example. Most people are playing those games like third person most of the time, but just having the ability to switch in first person for, you know, if you want to, you're in a set piece moment and you want it to be a bit more immersive or something.
Exactly.
Just the choice.
Giving people options, and if somebody in the community can do it, then it's not impossible.
I think the thing I'm always going to be most disappointed in a lack of, or I suppose the better phrase would be the thing I would want most is support for, you know, that sort of custom community driven content properly. You know, like I'm been replaying Slithering Games Starship Troopers RTS. And you know, that's right there on the freaking menu, community content, and that's the kind of thing I really miss.
Me too.
Okay,
Me
headfight
too.
in multiplayer?
Yeah.
I mean, like
Should be able to.
the corpses.
Oh no, you can't do it with the corpses. No,
That's right.
not a multiplayer. The classic E grabs, yeah, but not the added option.
Oh shit.
But
So
yeah,
it says
I've
anywhere that-
understood.
No, go ahead.
Who's
Go,
going?
sorry.
I understood that the problem with adding the community mod support with a lot of games is that games usually use a lot of third-party assets, and with the license, usually allows selling and developing it for yourself, but they are not allowed to give access to those assets to just the whole community that would need that access to actually make mods. So I've heard that that's a common problem for modern games today.
Yeah, because modding
Because they're not
support.
making everything themselves.
Yeah, modding support, official modding support, is way less common than it used to be. You'll still see modding kits happen, but they're third-party developed, like we saw with Isolation.
Yeah.
Caleb says, I watched a video of the Worshippers of Cthulhu demo yesterday, a Cthulhu Cult City building game, and it made me wonder whether an alien set colony building game could work. I mean, certainly,
I would buy that day one for the aesthetics alone.
it could be very fucking interesting. Like, you have to purposefully avoid, like, ancient engineer cities and hives and stuff like that.
infestations, just geological events, cosmic events, solar flares. A lot could be done.
Sizzy Bubbles, welcome to the stream. Says a new AVP game would definitely attract the old fans and get a lot of impulse buys with the new fans and moviegoers with the film hype. Yeah, definitely agreed on that.
All right. Once we see Romulus' success and once Badlands is a theatrical hit, we'll get AVP. Danny T will make an AVP.
I'm gonna see Romulus on IMAX on Thursday. I literally can't wait.
Yep, that's when I'm seeing it.
Oh, same. I'm seeing it IMAX with Chris on Friday. I think the premiere's in IMAX. The gala showing's in IMAX. So whatever that ends up being, and then I'm going with my lads on Saturday. 3 times 1 week.
I'm seeing it again the day after in ScreenX, but IMAX is my first viewing.
Is
I'm
ScreenX
considering
the 4
seeing it again as well.
What was that?
ScreenX the 4X thing?
Well, they're both like Regal's formats. 4DX is like the moving seats and the environmental effects and stuff. ScreenX is just the walls are peripheral vision screens.
Right. Now I saw one of the Predator movies, Godzilla movies in that, and I was like, meh.
The thing I found with ScreenX is you can't be seated too far back because then you'll be too tempted to look at the side screens, and they work as peripheral. They don't work if you're actively looking at them. But if you're seated kind of the middle or further forward, I think it works in terms of enhancing immersion. Some movies make better use of it than others. I really liked Avatar and the creator in it, but I saw Napoleon in it, and it was in so few scenes. It was only in like the big battle scenes that I was like, why this shouldn't have even been released in ScreenX.
I'm not a fan of the gimmicky stuff. I saw Assassin's Creed, that's what it was called. I saw Assassin's Creed in the 4DX thing. I saw Star Trek Beyond in 4DX. And then I think Meg and I went to see Meg, funnily enough, in 4DX as well. And I just thought, it just never seems worth it to me.
Yeah, I don't have a 4DX theater in my state. Otherwise, I would be seeing it in 4DX. I really wanted to see Twisters, because that looked ridiculous, the videos I was seeing. Mike's Monster says...
Still need to see that.
Mike's Monster says, I'm seeing it 3 times in a week too. Maybe have already seen one of those viewings. Ooh, cutting my review together as you stream.
Ooh.
Somebody asked if we split last year. You guys going to any fancy industry screenings? I'm seeing the UK Gala premiere thing. I don't really know what it counts as, because apparently the official premiere was supposed to be the Edinburgh Film Festival, but I don't know, there's too many fucking different premieres.
Where are you going?
I said that there are people who have got the previews, but nobody from the Galaxy was coming from that.
That's fine. It was a D3, a D23.
Well, you're still
D23 event.
You're still technically seeing it early, Aaron. But yeah, we had tried to set up something for me in California. It didn't quite work out this time around, but I am still excited to see it because my local theater chain, Megaplex, they'll usually do some decorations and stuff for their films, and they have like Xeno donuts and everything. So just like Covenant, I'll be seeing it with friends and family for the first time, and that's always nice.
Steve Spires says who is looking forward to next week. Yeah, we fucking are, mate.
Oh.
I'm so excited, I really am, and it's nice to have that level of excitement again.
Caleb says that was the true paid Disney shills. That's right, everyone was calling us Disney shills around Prey Time. I guess we didn't shill quite enough. They
No,
honestly were after Mike and I released that early
Oh
impressions.
yeah, no, I remember
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I remember. Because you're not allowed to fucking like things, guys. That's how it works. If you like things, then you're an unreliable shill.
Yeah. Disney only ruins things. They don't make good anything anymore.
Load of bullshit. Like, we're on the boards, everybody's being fucking paranoid that too many people, too many of the influencers are liking the film, and it's like, yeah, I know influencers is a dirty fucking sort of thing these days, but they can still be fans of the films.
Yeah.
Still have valid opinions.
No, Sandra and Mike, don't get started on that. We talked about it enough last time.
No, we were just going to ignore it. We're just going to ignore it. Yeah, so Caustic Viper there says, how dare you enjoy things as a passionate hobby? And no, it's been reassuring to hear the positivity. Tristan Jones shared something on his Twitter as well.
Has he seen it yet, or he's going to an event?
No, he's seen it. He said it's his third favourite film.
Oh, really?
And to be fair, after third favourite Alien film, and if you can come after Alien and Aliens, that's a fucking
that's a win.
That's a victory.
Yeah. I mean, if I like this and, like, I don't know, maybe I still won't. Maybe I'll be curmudgeon-y. This will be the only Alien film since I've been with AVP Galaxy that I've seen in theaters that I actually liked. Which is wild to think about.
That's funny. Were you not on board with AVPR? I can't remember. No, you weren't.
Oh, I was, but that was before I was on. Oh, yeah, that was. I
You
didn't
weren't on staff then,
officially.
were you?
I was a mod of a subsection in 2011,
5
and I didn't
minutes
start on the podcast in like global mod until 2013. So it's been a little over a decade for me. You've been around for longer though. You were around since when the site came back online for AVPR. Right?
I was the first mod that wasn't Darkness on the old Conforums boards back in 2003, 2004.
Oh, I thought you were doing your own thing at that
You're a
time.
veteran, man.
I was. I used to run AVP World back then, but I think I ended up back then. Everything was in fucking waves. One of us did something, every fucker else started doing the same. So like I discovered Conforums as / pro boards as like a good message board thing where you didn't have to dick around with your own software and everything like that. And I was the first to discover that, and I will take credit for that. But then they ended up setting one up for AVP Galaxy, and even though I wasn't on staff at that point, I was the mod of his literature board, because he had no interest in the comics or the books, and I always have. But no, I wasn't officially on staff until the relaunch in like 2007, 2006,
It was
2007?
late 2006, yeah, right when we started hearing about AVPR.
And I've been what, November? It was when I started college, first year of college. But now I've run a website since 2003. I still have all the old files on my computer.
Are there, like, what Alien and Predator sites are still around? Like, Alien's Collection is still a thing, right?
Yes, but I don't think Willie really updates it.
But I remember, like, there was a bunch of them, like Alien Experience, Planet AVP I always went to.
Well, you know my thoughts on Planet AVP. Dave Shipley was a fucking moron.
What else was there? There was another AVP News, was it?
So AVP News was the one I came into.
Oh, okay.
So I have a soft spot for AVP News. That was the website I always used to visit. I remember waiting until I was 13 to sign up on the message boards because that was the age limit at the
Good
time.
little rule follower. Right?
I was. Where else? AVP Unknown. That was one Darkness always used to be a fan of, and I used to visit that
Is
one
that the
quite a
same
lot
AVP
too.
Unknown that runs these servers?
No, it was not. Where else? I think Alien Movie Resources is still online but not updated. AMR, that used to be a Planet AVP hosted one if I remember rightly.
Of course, you had the Anchor Point essays. That was another favorite.
Oh yes,
of
Mike Lynch's website.
Have you noticed, Aaron? There's a marine called Colony Warriors High Artifacts.
I have not noticed that.
What has just joined?
Fucking, it's somebody on the chat. I bet it's somebody who knows I'm here.
But it seems like most of the fan groups now are on social media.
Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook groups have gotten big. You know, you have the Reddit one, LV426, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, those have.
I miss the days. I'll be honest.
1 minute
Like,
remaining.
I'm not a big fan of Facebook groups, primarily because it's too easy for things to get lost. You know, Facebook in general is trash, in my opinion.
It used to be better, but yeah, these days it's just so bloated and so
Like,
slow.
It's one of those things where, like, if you miss it on your feed, you've lost it. There is no...
Yeah.
and, like, the searching in the groups isn't massively reliable. So discussion... You can have a massive fucking discussion, and then it just disappears, and that's it, and you'll never view it again. That's why I always prefer message boards.
Which Reddit
I think
has
you
just kind of taken over that concept entirely now. Reddit
Yes.
and Tumblr kind of.
Groups. Tumblr was more of a blog thing.
Yeah, but people, I mean, you still get like comment threads on it. Like, it's kind of a hybrid. I guess more so Reddit, you're right. Well, at least I got
But
some
in all fairness, I don't really know the opinions on the Reddit. I thought Reddit in general wasn't a very liked format.
It wasn't. It is controversial with a lot of their subreddits, but I don't know, but I think that maybe they've gotten a bit, after together. I don't know.
I think it would be a struggle for anything to really do like a new message board to try and take off. I mean, I wouldn't envy attempting to start that all over again.
These days, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, part of
It's like Discord as well. I don't really like Discord because that, again, like Facebook, it's too easy for conversations to get lost and disappear. And
but
I don't know, because you have a thread ability now, don't you? But you need to encourage that behavior.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised though. I still go on like the introduce yourself thread on our site, and there's still new people that are coming in. So it's not like we don't get new people, but I think a large part of the fact that our site's still around is just the nostalgia for a lot of people who have been on there for a long time. Our social media presence is way bigger than our site presence now.
Team deathmatch. Defeat the other team.
True, but I also don't like engaging on the social media. Like for discussions and stuff, I don't enjoy like the chat and the comment section as a way to engage. I prefer to think of the Facebook page and the Twitter page as a way to redirect people to the website. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also prefer message boards for those kinds of conversations and topic searching. And I got used to message boards because of your one, and I don't really know how to refer and engage with different the other types of topics that are used on social media. It all seems kind of strange when I keep on comparing it to a message board like AVP Galaxy, where I'm like, this could be so much easier if it was done like this, but
I do miss him, I'll be honest. Oh. I'm glad we're still active.
Likewise. Spent many of my teenage years on AVP Galaxy. Looking forward to both AVP and AVPR.
I've spent much of my adult life on that fucking website, let alone my teen years. It's the whole speed and organisation and durability of online discourse is just a whole other kettle of fish nowadays.
I guess you got sci-fi in their forums. That's
No, we don't talk about sci-fi. Absolute fucking.
They have a forum.
They do.
Yeah.
Fucking. Yeah.
Got Civil Aaron over here.
You know, I've never really held that network in high regard.
Yeah, I've known of the AVP forums like for more than half my life. So yeah, I was pretty into it. I really cannot imagine not having AVP Galaxy to when big games or movies come out for searching and discussing things. And it just for me goes together.
Yeah, no, and I hope a bunch of people feel that way. I like that new people continue to discover it. But I mean, I genuinely miss the days of like new websites cropping up for new releases and things like that. Like I still remember Alien prequel news.
That was cool.
Appearing during the Prometheus era.
Well, not only that, but the official sites, like the AVP movie site that was used to promote the film. Like, you don't really see that anymore.
Yeah, you don't at all. And then that's made even worse by things like the Prometheus viral stuff, all those awesome websites.
Exactly. Yeah, they had some really good ones too.
Covenant did have a site. It was not as good as Prometheus.
It was kind of like a retooled Project Prometheus thing, I think. Not even
Sorry.
But then that's when we'd really started to shift to like YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is fine as well, I like the accessibility of YouTube to create random releases and stuff like that. Like, thank God for the
nice.
like all the Tongle stuff.
Reload. There we go.
Nick 61466, is that a dog or is that different? Nick says, yeah, the community will never be what it was back in 2004, the days before social media. Xander says, I do miss the short films advertising. I think another thing with social media these days, and I think it's been very evident in the way Romulus's marketing's ended up going down, is because everything moves so fast and attention spans are a lot shorter these days. We've had like 2 weeks of absolute fucking spammage,
just non-stop. Like stop at this point. Like they've shown too much in a lot of the TV spots.
And it's just like, remember, we're out next week. Please don't forget we're out next week. We're out next week. And you know what? I'm kind of guilty of it as well in some regards too. I do forget things like the Spider-Man stuff's re-showing at the minute, and we've got tickets booked. and I'd completely fucking forgot because I hadn't been reminded. There'd been no trailers.
Yeah, Mike's Monster says there's been a new social media videos every day showing just a little bit more footage.
Yep.
It's insane. I mean, we won't discuss the details, but have you seen the behind-the-scenes videos?
Yes.
I haven't
So
watched them. I saw them
That's
posted.
wild to me as well. You know, you just have fucking random websites posting all these B-roll, this pure B-roll footage that was. It's supposed to be for them to put in the fucking back of their interviews and review videos and shit like that, and you've just got some muppets just releasing the straight B-roll.
Fucking
It's not the.
Muppets.
It's not
Yeah,
the point.
was not expecting it to go like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't remember for any other Alien or Predator movie that we had behind the scenes footage before the bloody scenes in the movie.
Well, AVP we did. They used it to promote
Yeah.
the film.
But yeah, it's strange that it's not official sites doing it.
You remember, Aaron? They had like a. I remember there was a HBO featurette for AVP that
Yes,
was like
yes,
30
yes,
minutes long.
Yes. That is probably still available to download on the website.
But I might say from those BDS videos that there were more practical effects than I was expecting, than I thought was possible, and I really liked how most of that looked. So now I understand why the actors are so much like they build so much, the sets were practical, and why are they emphasizing that? Because I can imagine for an actor seeing that is crazy for them.
Definitely, and even though I haven't watched the behind-the-scenes footage, the screenshots I've seen of it just it looks awesome. The practical elements they had on set, something
I enjoyed it. Naturally, of course, I fucking watched it. I'm a spoiler whore.
And I mean, I guess they did have a lot of that on set for Covenant. It was just replaced.
But that was the intent of Covenant as well, is what people really need to get their heads around when they complain about Covenant being the thing. No, it wasn't the thing, because that was the intent.
Yeah, it was lighting reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, with the effects, they look really nice for Covenant, so I really don't understand any of those kind of issues. The Neomorphs look absolutely great. The alien wasn't bad, but it's more design than the visual representation for me. But the Neomorphs looked great in the CG version. I don't think we've had bad effects in Alien movies. Like, well, of course, except for the Alien 3 thing, which we all know. But except for that...
And to be fair, that wasn't something that was apparent until the home releases.
Yeah,
because you watch the 35mm, and it's not as obvious.
Last summer, Mike and I saw that on film in Los Angeles, and yeah, the compositing looks fine.
I've never seen Alien 3 on film, so I wonder how that would look.
There's scans of the film online.
Yeah, wasn't there someone doing like 4K restoration of scans, and it just looked awesome?
I don't think. No, there's somebody doing a separate thing. So some collector brought a load of the reels and scanned them in, and they got made available online. But apparently they got quite upset about it. That's why I said I was thinking about what I was thinking about earlier. You know, I've been and spent this money on these scripts. I've put the work into transcribing them, and I'm doing it purposefully for everybody's entertainment and edification. You know, I'm not hiding it behind come and give me some money towards this, and you can have access to it. I'm going out there for everybody's benefit. And to be fair, you know, if the guy had asked for money after the fact, I'd have happily chipped in. but I think collector-wise, there's a bit of a. I don't understand collector mentality. I guess is more what I mean. Of I'm getting this for myself, and I'm not gonna share it because there are script collectors like it as well. You know, there's a whole sort of script trading, fucking behind the scenes thing.
Maybe it's just a speculative market thing, not so much a specific genre.
Caleb says Hicks is gonna edify people in the face.
Yeah,
Right,
Xander points out there's a 35 millimeter print on eBay now. I saw somebody, I think it was on Wayland Yutani Bulletin. You know, somebody had shared it and gone, does anybody know how to do a 4K scan? That's what made me think about it recently. But there is a separate person on the forums actually who's working on a 4K fan edit kind of thing, because he's doing more than just 4K in it. He's doing his own cuts to it and restoring other bits of footage and
fixing those strange compositing effects, and the examples he has shown look phenomenal. The person who's behind that fan restoration project is really a godsend. However long it takes to do, they should just keep on doing it. But
I can't wait to have him on the show.
Oh, you're gonna have him for an interview?
Yeah.
Nice.
Caleb saying, yeah, there's certain scripts and drafts of scripts that are hoarded and certain people have and refuse to share. It is just market manipulation for these collectors. That's all it is. It's scarcity, sort of creation. Whereas I always view it as like a learning thing. You know, it's movie archaeology, it's history.
Well, yeah, it depends. For the collector, are they approaching it from a kind of universal financial angle, or are they approaching it from a fan type of community angle?
Hard to know. I just know I go after these things to release to everybody and for everybody to enjoy. But yeah, so I've got 2 scripts to release. I've nearly finished transcribing the first draft of AVP, and then I've got an interim draft to share as well. But I've been literally transcribing it since as they're all watermarked, and it seemed like a bad form to release it with all the watermarks on, even after 20 years.
It is unfortunate that the EVP anniversary falls on all this excitement for Romulus.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I can appreciate both.
I've seen a few YouTubers post some retrospective reviews for AVP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so some people are remembering it.
Caleb says we need Tom Woodruff's Alien 5 script already. Did he say he'd actually written a full script? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Was it just an outline or something?
Yeah. Treatment.
Oh, what did he say it was called? Alien...
Salvation.
Salvation, that was it.
Was that a coincidence naming-wise, or was it a comic reference?
It was a coincidence. Because I told him there was a comic.
As much as I don't want to see Blomkamp's thing made, I'd still want his script or treatment or whatever it ended up being.
Like an art book
out there.
So cool as well for that.
Art book or comic or graphic novel.
Although they're not doing art books anymore apparently, so sign the petition for Romulus that the PO guys put together.
Yeah, it's a fucking crime that we've moved away from all this support of the behind the scenes and this interest in it. Not that said, not that the art book were always fantastic. I always hated the lack of credit and context that would often be a problem in those books. Crawling Chaos says, I just located the Alien 3 35mm scan. What's the interesting thing about it? I watched Alien 3 back in the cinema when it premiered in the 90s. It's the matte lines around the rod puppet alien. They're not as noticeable in the 35mm. But that was something that became more apparent in the home releases.
Squib says, think Ridley will ever tell us what his plans for the Covenant sequel would be?
We know what his plans would be. David's the space jockey. He gets chest bursted, and that's what introduces the biomechanical elements of the alien, even though how the fuck he would be chest bursted.
Wait, but how would he get the derelict ship? Like, would he go back to 223 or whatever? If that's supposed to be that ship.
No, he could have got it from anywhere.
Or does David travel back in time?
Yeah, that's a comic thing.
I think Ridley's belief comes from his strange confusion regarding synthetics. You never maybe even see synthetics as completely robotic. Wow, I think that could
maybe
be
he thinks they're like replicants. Oh, because aren't replicants just fucking humans, really?
Yeah, replicants are basically biological clone things. They are completely fleshy. But because of Ridley's strange comments, a lot of people constantly call them androids. Just because Ridley has called them that doesn't mean an android cannot be something that is completely made out of flesh. And yeah, it's strange. It's strange. So I see that quite often being confused in Alien and Blade Runner circles. It's really puzzling, even though the movies show very directly clear answers. And just because Blade Runner was inspired by Do Androids Dream of Sheep again, the movie has a completely different version. It's just a thematics, right?
It'll be interesting to see the focus on androids in the show. Because it will be different.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
I really like the idea of artificially grown humans in the Alien universe, rather than robot synthetics. One of the things I always found quite horrifying, but also really interesting, was the dummies in Extinction, Genocide. Was it in Yeah, the dummies were in Genocide, weren't they? And Stronghold, stuff like that. Were they in Rogue as well? I can't remember if they were in Rogue.
I think a version of them, maybe.
But I think that's a really fucking interesting thing. A very interesting moral question, you know.
I think
is it wrong?
Yeah, and I think you still get that moral question with the regular synthetics. I mean, eventually they had to have a huge recall, and they had to have like a revolution. They had their own resistance force, and that's an interesting story that I think could be told in some form. For me, the whole cloned human thing, like, I think that to me, it's the worry I have about making Alien too dystopian, because yes, Alien is dystopian, but it's way more subtle than something like Blade Runner or Judge Dredd or something. And if you had cloned humans that were not indistinguishable from humans, and they were just being used as slaves like you see in Blade Runner, it kind of pushes that into the too dystopian territory for me. Whereas with synthetics, it feels like, yes, there's some justification, because even people like Ripley, who's a hero, are like, oh, this is just a machine. But we see that in the second film. We see Bishop, oh, I prefer to be called an artificial person myself. So already things are kind of changing with that, and you have that interesting question. And I think that question will be pushed even further in the series, where you have human consciousness in a synthetic body. Like, is that human? Is that not human? So that's where I think, like, the cloned humans, yeah, it was interesting in the comic where it was just like lifeless bodies being used as hosts, you know. And I could definitely see it as that, but as like a labor force, I don't know if that would feel in place in Alien.
I don't mean as a full labor force. I mean specifically for the purpose of Alien. Breeding bits and pieces.
Yeah, that I could see. That I could definitely see.
Kayla mentioned the test tube babies in, though he calls out the RPG, but that came from Nightmare Asylum. I can't remember if it came from the comic or Perry, though.
You took revenge on the persecutor.
I think it's Perry. I'm not 100% sure, but my instinct says it's Perry because I don't remember it in the comic, but it was expanded. There was quite a bit of backstory there in the novel, but I don't remember in the comic how much it was there.
Sizzy says Jerry is a person.
Yeah, be right back, guys.
I'm wondering with the show what they're gonna do in the sense of consciousness in a synthetic body. Are they gonna do the kind of common trope of just having it being uploaded in a sense, somehow transfer of the consciousness, or will it be something like that, copying a consciousness and then the person body dies, whatever, but the copy is in a synthetic body, and then that identity issue thing, which I think is a bit more interesting and probably more realistic when it comes to copying and transferring
I mean,
consciousness.
that's the question, right? Do you do the ghost in the shell method where you're just transferring a brain, or is it like Chappie where it's actually consciousness being uploaded? And as far as the concept stuff goes, it's definitely one, but it could have changed since then. And this is a concept that's not new in the Alien universe, although it hasn't been in too many places. It was actually in EVP 2 with
Eisenberg.
Yeah, that was the first time it was ever in the franchise. And
but that's such a low key, not many people know about that aspect of it moment.
Yeah, but it's in this game too when you get the logs and it talks about Charles Bishop Wayland uploading his memories.
Is it massively overt about it in the game? I can't remember.
It's only mentioned in the one audio well, a couple audio logs, I think.
Well, the final scene also shows that, in a way, was it the original Wayland or having the Carl Bishop Wayland here, but still, that was a synthetic version and there was the real one behind it all, so it is known to the player that there is some consciousness transfer, control transfer there, but yeah, it was only in an audio log when it says specifically about the original Wayland from 2004.
And also, more recently, the whole concept is in the Bishop book. It's a really big aspect of that.
And he was making very deliberate points about it not being just a copy. Although I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced.
Well, I think it was made in the sense that it doesn't matter if it's just a copy or not, because we see with the other Bishop replicable synthetics that were discarded, so it was done a million times. Then the Bishop.
I'm thinking more about specifically Michael. Sorry.
Oh yeah, for Michael.
I think it's more interesting if it's not a copy, because switching bodies is an interesting concept, you know, like especially in the context of futurism.
Did you ever watch what was it, Altered Carbon?
Not all the way through. Yeah.
I need to read that. I enjoyed the show.
The show was nice. I need to see the second season, but the first one, it was nice. I liked how they approached it maturely. And I mean, the only reason I bring it up because the consciousness copying method, it's more realistic if we're going to go a bit more hard sci-fi. But of course, there's a lot of sci-fi that does it in the softer version where you just have somehow magical transference and that's that. But I personally like to see it when somebody thinks it's a copy, somebody thinks it's the real deal, but only then later figures out it's a copy. It was also done to a genius degree in the game Soma, if you've ever
Isn't there an
played.
Arnie film that does that as well?
Sixth Day, yeah.
Yeah.
What is it they say? Every technology is magic that we don't understand.
Yeah.
So I could see even in a hard sci-fi context somehow finding a way to, like, if you figured out where consciousness actually resides, being able to move it from one place to another. I mean, yeah, it is tall sci-fi for something more grounded like Alien, but then again, just synthetics themselves having human level intelligences.
Of course.
Seems like something for Prometheus, if you ask me. Prometheus 2. Yeah, balls.
But yeah, and I'm also completely on the Alien Bishop praying that Michael was hyped up. The consciousness thing was uploaded beforehand. It's done. It's done, and that Michael died to a chest burster there. It was his very well done kind of copy that survived on. Just because it's a better representation doesn't still mean it's not a copy.
You are being persecuted.
Rolling Chaos says, have we ever done a podcast on the soundtracks?
And that they also
no.
love the music in this game.
No, we have not, because I don't know what anything of interest would be able to say about them. Adam and I don't really understand music that well.
As far
At least I don't believe we do. Although, Greg, aren't you a musician?
Yeah, so I'm a professional musician there, but the thing is, yeah, we could make a discussion, and it could be made to be fairly approachable, and probably a discussion amongst ourselves might even be more detailed than what we can do when we directly interview someone, because getting musicians and those types of creatives to explain what their work processes and their inspirations, it's very individual. There aren't a lot of rules there, so it either gets very technical in the sense that maybe it's not that interesting to a wider audience, or it's just so from person to person different that it gets a bit like, oh, I do where my creative inspiration carries me, and sometimes you can get an answer like that. So it is kind of difficult to make discussions about. Though theoretically, since we haven't done much, I could do some research how generally podcasts or discussions about soundtracks are done. I haven't honestly watched any, so I don't know how they're theoretically supposed to be structured, but maybe I could get some inspiration there and find something to talk about there with the crew here at AUP Galaxy.
We were supposed to have Austin Wintory on, and that never panned out.
Just kept never happening. We struggled with communication on that one.
The thing for instance, for the soundtrack for this game, yes, I also agree. I really like it, but it's a matter of taste when I say that. In regards to my opinion, regards how technically it is made, there were some criticisms I have seen a few years ago that it does have a lot of stock sounds that are quite common in the music production industry. So you do get kind of a debate there. Does that matter or not? I personally find it very fitting for the atmosphere, but for the sound file, soundphilic people, they will maybe really get irked when they notice the same sound in a lot of games at the same type of soundtrack. So that there is a possibility to create a discussion around those things.
But yeah, this game included has not seen a soundtrack release. I was surprised Alien Blackout did, and it was nice that that's like on Spotify. I thought that was a really cool little soundtrack.
I don't think that game gets enough credit. I think that has really good sound design because it still relies on a lot of the sort of sound cues and tension that Isolation did as well. And it's surprisingly effective for the format it's on. I genuinely think that game does not get enough love.
Yep, agreed. No Style Dutch, welcome to the stream. Says just now getting on stream. It's crazy that Alien Romulus week is upon us. Indeed, about 2.5 years of waiting is almost over.
Oh, my game crashed out. I'm gonna have to rejoin.
Yeah, but just a final comment on the soundtrack things. Just personally, my favorite film soundtrack is the Alien 3 one. I honestly love, from all of the main Alien films, from the AVP ones, I cannot say I dislike them. I think they're also good, but they're less memorable. But for the quadrilogy plus the prequels, they all have quite a distinct identity and quite different from each other, which I adore. But Alien 3, as a matter of taste and musical diversity that's there, I personally mostly prefer that soundtrack. And game-wise, I like the soundtrack the most from Dark Descent because it combines the themes from a lot of the films, but when I went to look at it deeper, they're not the same. They are variations, and they are recomposed for this and treated in a different light. So it's not just literally cut, paste, mashup. It works really well, and I've been using. I'll probably use a lot of the Dark Descent soundtracks when we do some RPG campaigns, because I was looking at from which games is it the best sounds. And Alien Isolation, of course, has a wonderful atmospheric soundtrack, but if you're going by themes, what will stick in your head, the Dark Descent does it fantastic. I really like it.
I liked a lot of it used a lot of Golden Falls Alien 3 motifs as well, if I remember rightly, which I always enjoy hearing. Like you, Alien 3 is my favourite of the film's soundtracks, followed by Covenant, actually, Jed Kerslow's.
Covenant was a great soundtrack, yeah.
The soundtrack specifically for the Neomorphs, that was a highlight in Covenant. But other than that, I personally don't have too much of a fondness for the Covenant soundtrack. For the other tracks, again, some of them are very expressionistic and very memorable. The one with David and his little baby and the Neomorphs is fantastic. But I like the main theme of Prometheus, even though it's a bit clashes with the
tone of the film and the franchise.
I get those criticisms, but on an objective basis, it just sounds so epic in that old film type, in that old film epics. Like I would expect to hear maybe something in Lord of the Rings, but I like it. But also maybe unexpectedly, I really like the opening theme for Resurrection.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree there. Yeah.
It really has a disturbing tone, which is fantastic.
Now, I think it's a shame Resurrection veers a bit too far into the parody because
Whoa.
the
Okay.
that opening segment and the opening score is very disturbing, very unusual, very unnerving.
Exactly, I think you hit the nail on the head there. The movie does not represent the great atmosphere that the first opening scenes depict.
Yeah.
It
Well,
really sets up a completely different movie.
It's funny, we were talking about it on the special edition versus the theatrical edition on the board the other day. I was saying, I immediately do not like the special edition because it removes that opening scene, and that opening scene is just so good. I mean, opening credits, sorry. I know it's only the credits, but it's fantastic.
Completely agree. The combination of visuals and soundtrack. One of my favorite openings in the Alien franchise, honestly.
I've been meaning to rewatch it actually. I've been in the mood for it recently. When we were recording the retrospective on AVP, Adam, and I'd said how my mood changes between the film. One of the things I'd thought when I was doing one of the rewatches was, I'd rather be watching Resurrection right now. And ever since then, I've been meaning to give it another go.
Resurrection, when it first came out, I always kind of liked it because I thought, wow, we really get to see the xenomorphs for a while in this one. And I thought it had interesting cinematography and stuff. From a story standpoint, I was kind of disappointed with it initially, but over time, it really grew on me. I just think it's a fun movie, which was kind of needed after Alien 3.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
I don't know. I thought it was fun.
If they've kept the character and tone of the previous any of the previous 3 films instead of what they went with, personally I would have liked it a lot more. Yeah, lovely sets, the creature design.
See, I've never been fond of the set design, I'll be honest.
Really?
Of Resurrection?
Yeah, it looks too. I don't know. It doesn't look as advanced as Alien or Aliens. It's just some generic, dirty brown sci-fi kind of look to it. I
get that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of things in it that I enjoy.
I do wish that
I'm also one of those people that likes to focus on enjoyment rather than negativity.
I do wish there was a bit more variety in the Auriga. But once we get to the individual rooms, like the basketball court and the galley and stuff, that's when I'm like, okay, this ship does look not just rusty brown, which maybe they overdid in the hallways and the transitional segments of the ship.
Understand
that. Caleb says we have room and brown corridor, and that's it. Yeah, I mean, it was the same fucking corridor reused again and again and again.
I have a soft spot for the place where the Betty docks, the huge, unrealistically big space, but it looked fantastic. That part stuck with me. I mean, I'm probably a bit biased because of the MVP2 game, because of that map.
Yeah,
probably.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
Made for a very good map as well.
The scale of having such a big map in such a big area in the game is probably tinting my real experience of the film.
That was always a good map.
And the Predator does not work with bad ping because you throw the disc and it takes 2 seconds for it to appear. Oh. Snuck up on me. Damn it.
I hope you enjoyed my tail through you.
Are you happy to see me, or is that your tail?
I don't know, it depends if he's finished the interviews.
I have. Well, they are going up. I just need to record a little intro, outro. as far as the podcast for AVP goes, are you throwing that up on Anniversary Day?
Yes, all being well. I'm going to try and finish off those last 2 script pages tonight, so that's out of the way, and then I'm going to try and finish off the podcast tomorrow morning and Tuesday morning. I'm hoping to have it all ready to go on. Is it 15?
I thought it was the 13th is the anniversary. Yeah, it's Wednesday the 13th.
Okay. Well, I'll have to try and get it done tomorrow and Thursday then, so it's ready.
I don't know how you guys remember that. I mean, like, yeah, I guess of course you have some calendars and everything, but some shit with dates. I'm so bad with dates. I don't remember the recent movies, which day or month came out. I don't remember the years, but that's it.
Yeah, I make liberal use of calendars.
Ah, damn it. Oh, there's an alien right behind that door.
No, there isn't.
Oh, that's you, huh?
No, it didn't.
Caleb says, Hicks giving a little bit of tail.
I thought Adam could have used some love, that was all. I do love the fucking trophy kills in this game, though.
There we go. Yeah, they were pretty edgy and cool. I thought.
Edgy.
I mean, it was banned in Australia at the time.
Yeah, but isn't everything banned in Australia when it comes to violence?
Not anymore. I think they finally added a mature rating for video games. But
I don't know, so.
I remember the first gameplay we ever saw of this game was like some Xbox live stream or whatever, and we knew it was going to be on it. I think it was on...
Was it the Predator footage?
Yeah.
That the first mission? Wow.
Well, I guess we're playing Dead by Daylight next week, huh, Aaron? Because they'll have...
Of rain.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're so obsessed with playing on stream.
What?
I don't know why you're so obsessed with playing that game on stream.
Because it's fun. I like that game.
But nobody watches them.
We had pretty good viewers last time around.
When will the mode for two enemies and double the survivors come out?
So that's been out, and they just extended it, but unfortunately you can't do any killer. You can only do the base killers as of now. So you can't play as like multiple aliens. We had that thought, but
Extended as in it's a limited time thing.
yeah, but they increased the time. So
Why? I really don't understand when companies
Limited edition
mean, just-
game modes, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, game mode, limited edition. What the hell?
I mean, I've seen it happen before in games where like an event's more popular than they expect, and they're like, okay, we'll keep it going for a little while longer.
Make it permanent? Well, I don't get why do developers
I
make
think
something and then have it only be limited and like, oh no, we're gonna throw all that hard work away.
I think it's not. I think it'll eventually come back. I think it's just kind of a test for them because it's the first time they've ever done a mode like this. So there's probably a lot of tweaks that need to be made. So if they want to bring it in permanently, this is like the trial run for it, I think.
Oh, I get that. I hope it's that.
Caleb says it's a shame they ruined Fall Guys. That was the ultimate alien stream game. I know, we got nobody for that.
I really enjoyed Fall Guys, just as a game full stop. But yeah, no fucker was interested in that.
How does Fall Guys come on?
We were all like making a big deal out of it too. We're like, aliens coming to Fall Guys.
I used to genuinely really enjoy playing that game.
Oh yeah.
It was so fucking stupid.
I'd be down to try it again. It's been a while.
I'm almost certain that it's just fun as a mechanic, but the Alien and Predator theme, It's a little bit light on that one.
Yeah, but you
But
can
I
dress up
understand
as
it.
them, so that's fine.
Yes.
Same with Fortnite too.
No. we
I
don't, we
am
don't.
streaming that one of these days, as long as I play the Alien.
Crawling Chaos says, what about Wildlands? Can you still go predator hunting? No, they shut that mode off, didn't they?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's BS.
unfortunately, we streamed the last day that was available. We streamed it, and yeah, that's too bad because I thought that mode was really cool. That's the reason I bought that game, and I ended up just liking that game and playing all the way through it. Did they break Fall Guys, Mike?
Whip says, didn't COD have a predator mod? It did, didn't
Yes,
it?
it
It did. So I mean, that we could stream that, but it would be a little tricky. You'd have to get a bunch of
And
people
that was a
with
very old COD.
10 years old. Well, a little bit more than at this point. 2013 was Ghosts. Although the Predator mode came out in 2014. So yeah, it would be about 10 years old. But I mean, it's fun. I can play it with bots. So if any of you happen to have Ghosts on PC and have that DLC pack and want us to do that Predator mode, that might make for an interesting one.
Somebody was asking about a community play earlier. We need to schedule one for...
Yeah, we didn't have one last month.
I mean, that would be cool. Like if we timed it, if Call of Duty was having a sale on Steam where Ghost is like not that much or whatever, and we're like, hey, we're gonna do this. So if you're interested, pick this up. It's cheap right now. That's not a bad idea. We'll talk about that. Sizzy Bubble says, I remember you guys all hiding on that big rock on that Predator mode. Yeah, because he would keep plasma spamming you and you'd have to duck down behind the rock. Otherwise it would down you
It was
instantly.
fucking hard, is what it was.
Ugh.
It was a very difficult...
Mike says, yes, they did a bunch of changes and it really sucks now. It's unplayable for me. Really? Fall Guys?
Oh,
I'll
shit.
check that out. Like balance changes? Or...
There's also the COD Zombies Alien Horde mode, the reskin that isn't bad. It isn't. It's limited fun. It's just one map and the size is medium. It's a fun experience from the videos I've seen, but not completely worth getting just for that. But it looks interesting, so if anybody wants to see that, look that up online.
Xander, the Ghost servers are still up. All the servers of Call of Duty, going back to, well, maybe Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, I think, are still active. Maybe even earlier than that. But I'm fairly positive the Ghost servers are still up.
Did you ever get the Killing Floor? There was
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh, there was an alien mod for that.
I remember, yeah.
There was.
I was big into Killing Floor, both 1 and 2.
I could never get it to work. I mean, I got it in the early days when I didn't know jack shit, but I could never get it to work properly. It was always half functions. But it looked interesting.
Oh.
I still remember the person on our forums, Hemi? Or what it was
Hemi,
called?
yes, Hemi, that's who did the alien mod.
Yeah, and he was developing another version for Killing Floor 2. But it never worked out.
Squip says, I love reskinning Left 4 Dead with aliens. That'd be a fun one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there is one. I think I've seen it, but it's not really well done. I don't know why hasn't anybody tried that, since Left 4 Dead is so popular. And I'm sure, and I know there are a lot of mods there. I just don't know how hard it is to change it to the aliens. How to make the normal zombies move similarly as an alien would. So I don't know if that's the hard thing.
The pyramid's shifting again.
Has it been 10 minutes?
Doing more happens like 5 seconds.
Horror aesthetic. We are playing in a public lobby right now. Feel free to join us. Can't remember what the server was called though.
It's probably
It'll be the only one that's up.
Yeah. Ah. Stun locked for me. Fell through the map again. Jeez, second time this round.
Ah. Ah. Christ, God, I'm fucking shit at this thing. There we go.
We do got to get a bit of Survivor in though before we end the stream.
Well,
Ooh, I'm always up.
after this round, then we'll do Survivor. Because we've got another 9 minutes on here.
Ah. Bunch of
Sorry,
aliens downstairs in the basement.
You know they
Never
like this.
on. We're close to the meat.
This whole place is a basement.
Like a
She
mine.
seems so pissed off at
Zebras.
that.
It's a metaphor. You dumb.
That's the face I tend to have at work. Is
The funny thing is, most of the questions that 85 was asking, they were completely logical things for somebody who hasn't had experience with company cover-ups or alien creatures to ask. And Ripley was all like pissed off at him. I mean, yeah, it's probably just the behind-the-scenes stuff spilling into the acting that helped the performance, but it's funny when you think about it.
and I need to do a right old rewatch. I think I'm gonna have to try and fit in a fucking Saga rewatch tomorrow, and if I can. Listen to Out of Shadows on the way down to London.
Ah, again. Keep falling through the map.
Justice for Hoop.
He's dead. His corpse is out there waiting to be discovered. It pains me to say, but I know it to be true.
I'm probably gonna make you find his corpse in a custom scenario or something in the RPG. I'm gonna probably give that reference for you, man.
We just come across the Marianne's escape shuttle.
Yeah. What's this escape shuttle doing out here?
I was just looking at that little blue flame thing, and it looks like the medkit dish in Predator 2. Nice little detail. Ah! Humans are sticking together. They're not supposed to do that.
Schwip says, I thought Hoop was going to be the protagonist of Romulus. Maybe if we get to do a Tongle film. I really wish they'd do those again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Completely agree. I don't know the numbers, how successful a project it was for the development team, but the fans agreed it was a nice idea, and it has a good number of views, so don't know.
I'd be curious to how well they actually are doing. Caleb!
Yeah.
Caleb, you know what to do!
And since we have already history with seeing how good it can turn out, why not Fox, Disney, or whoever decides the fundraising, they could maybe do a Kickstarter for them to see the community chip in for something that's that fun and of that quality. And I'd be glad to, pay a few dimes to help out for something like that. Community.
Yeah,
I'm always up for community content.
I think it's always a dodgy prospect now funding fan productions. I think Tongo obviously gets away with it because they aren't just fan productions. They are, properly licensed, done through Fox Productions. I was always kind of disappointed that Alien 5 fan film never got made.
I don't remember which
Alien
one.
Identity.
Oh, that.
I was always curious to see what they were gonna do. Although, have we talked about Monday yet?
No.
Oh, I think we haven't talked about Monday.
Oh, the
That
anime.
was
Yeah,
damn good.
that was really good.
Caleb, go and have a look at the viewing numbers for the Tongo shorts.
Who's Nick? Welcome to the stream. Says Romulus tomorrow. Scored himself one of those press screenings, I imagine.
It's going in tomorrow. Oh, the lucky one.
You took revenge on
But
the
yeah, I
persecutor.
loved in Monday how, well, the whole thing was conceptualized. We know, of course, fan films, they have a small budget, they have to be short. Especially when something is animated, yeah, that's not going to be easy. But I feel like the time was used well. It did not feel too short, like some
No.
the fan films.
It was perfectly paced.
Yeah, completely agree there. And the way they made the alien move there, beautiful. You can really see the inspiration from the first film, how slow and methodical the static movements are, but then when it explodes like a praying mantis, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I love how silent and sneaky the alien was.
I was genuinely surprised at how professional it looked. The amount of work that must have gone into that. Jesus.
I've seen in the comments that whoever the developer is, they rarely post. They work on their projects for a long, long time, but it seems to pay off.
Calum says all shorts have between 1.6 and 9.3 million views. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Can't argue with that, can you?
When you combine the views on the, I think it was IGN and the Alien Anthology.
Yeah,
YouTube,
I think
that's
it
a nice
came
number.
out. It came out on IGN first. Yeah.
Why they give IGN so much fucking preferential treatment is beyond me.
Yeah.
Like, them getting the fucking... I mean, I know the digital show was actually somewhat of a misfire, but why the fuck they gave that release to IGN baffles me.
Especially after their Alien Isolation review.
Well, especially because of their Alien Isolation review. I mean, and don't get me wrong, this isn't me saying, oh, you've got to treat, you can only give them to people who say good things. It's that it was an entirely bad take that no fucker else really agreed with.
Yeah, it was ridiculed for all the right reasons.
Yeah, and I mean, and they are still, to this day, ridiculed about it.
1 minute remaining.
They had to apologize for it, and they had to make another review, well, to re-review it, which is hilarious.
Did they? I didn't hear about that.
Somebody else did another review, but that original review is still
Yeah. The original is still up, but somebody else from their team had made another one.
Oh,
did another one.
I think it was their
Sorry.
podcast. They acknowledged some pushback or whatever on their review, maybe. But yeah,
I
that
wonder,
was,
did they review Blackout?
not
I don't
Ryan
remember that.
McCaffrey's best review. I was more along the lines of PC Gamer's review, and they gave it Game of the Year.
What, Isolation?
Yeah. That was actually kind of a controversial pick for them because there was another really good PC game that year.
Survivor?
Yeah, let's do some Survivor.
Crawling Chaos, yeah, so IGN published a very poor take review on Isolation very early on, and they were one of the practically only people to dislike the game. And to this day they still get shit for it.
Because they were, it wasn't mild disliking, it was a great deal so of not liking what was there. And the funny thing is that people were comparing it to their reviews of other games that were universally less liked, and it was funny. I think they gave ACM a better review, I'm not sure, but it was somewhere similar.
Friendly fire off.
Yeah, remember that.
Nick says, how's the new game looking?
Oh, Rogue Incursion definitely looks good. I will be playing it.
Me
Hold out against the alien swarm for as long as possible.
Are you just gonna get the PSVR 2, Aaron?
Well, I have an Oculus Rift.
Warning.
What?
I'm not sure if it's supported. I have to understand the capabilities.
I'm pretty sure it is because it just runs off your computer's specs. So it's compatible with Steam VR, so it's entirely dependent on your system specs and not the headset, at least for Oculus 1st and 2nd gen.
If that's the case, then maybe if I find a good second-hand Oculus, maybe. Though not till I'm probably gonna wait for somebody in the community to make a VR-less mod.
I have
I
heard
like that.
I have heard PSVR 2 is going to be reduced in price because it hasn't been selling as well as PlayStation has hoped. And I also think they just made it compatible with PC. So that may be my next VR headset.
I have been tempted to get the 2 VR, but we'll have to see what kind of sale it goes on.
I always loved the vibe of this map with
Warning.
the big
Oh, yeah.
statue
Yeah.
and
Detected.
Love that.
the galaxy and the skybox.
This map is special because it's the only Survivor map with acid-spitting runners.
Oh, really?
Only a few of those types spawn, but you might see it. Acid-spitting runners, the only acid-spitters I like.
I still think more aliens should have that ability.
They got all these spooky Alien 3 candles around here too. Are they in like Predator candle holders?
Imagine a Predator coming here to set up.
The Predators need the candlelit ambience. Or did
Yes, because
humans
they
put these
infamously
here?
can see in human light.
No, that's what the human attendees left lying around when they were busy getting everybody ready to be sacrificed.
Oh, yes. Do you think they had their scented candles or just the normal kind?
I don't
Well, they've got to
know
cover
about
up the
candles.
smell of death.
Yeah.
Crawling Chaos says, by the way, is it just me being odd, or is the AVP2 game by Monolith not just perfect for a movie adaptation? I think it's got all the ingredients, even the story is nice. Yeah, AVP2 had a really well done story, and I like how
Warning.
all the characters kind of
incoming waves
intersected with
detected.
each other, but they still very much had their own storylines. I think that could be an interesting
Narrative
concept
quest.
for AVP 3. I mean,
Oh, oops.
like a Dark Knight kind of thing, where you'd have one main character of each species and you kind of follow them around a bit. I could get some concern that that would make the Alien and Predator less scary if you did it that way.
I think that's when you should be doing like the shorter animated features and stuff like that.
Maybe.
Like, I would love an entirely humanless, dialogueless Alien versus Predator. But you know, I know it'd have to be like a 20-minute
Yeah.
thing that was released online.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with having scenes that show just the Predator and the Alien, but in the Predator they are maybe in the shadows and they're not clearly visible, and you're just getting hints of what they're doing, how they're progressing the story, how are they approaching their victims, just trying to develop those characters.
Nick says release the AVP anime.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yes.
Stay locked
please.
away behind the vault. I'd rather no anime than shit anime.
I'd rather let's see. Let's give their work a chance.
But the
Shinji
brand
Aramaki has a
the
good
brand
track
is
record.
damaged enough.
You don't know
It
if
doesn't need
sucks.
more. Mate, everything we know about that thing shows it sucks. Killam says, just release it to us just so we can see it. Yeah, just the folk in the chat right now.
I have not seen a Shinji Aramaki movie I didn't like. So.
Well, you would do if you saw that EVP.
Let's see how it spits. It's a floating one. You want us to dive so you can rejoin, and
You can't rejoin them, can you?
No, that was one kind of that was a screw up in this mode.
Yes. That's why I asked if you want us to.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm stalking you all from the security cameras.
No, Aaron can be the question reader. For the chat.
Have Positive Viper says send it our way so we can laugh at it. Oh, I forget what a troll fucking Nick is sometimes.
Warning.
Let Ridley
incoming
make
wave
Covenant
detected.
2 so David can become the space jockey.
Agreed.
No.
And then
You're a
everyone would
troll as
hate
well.
the prequels enough to finally dismiss them.
No, you
I
spiteful
maybe agree
bastard.
with that tactic. That might work.
No, let us enjoy our Covenant.
I think if they ever were to make an AVP 3, the only way to do it is use it as an excuse to bring the Colonial Marines back, have it in the future where it doesn't contradict.
Well, it just doesn't need to be an AVP 3. It just needs to be Alien vs
Right.
Predator.
Yeah, don't even call it AVP 3, even though it is. But have it so it doesn't contradict the AVP films, and it doesn't contradict the Alien films either. It's just set in the future, kind of around Aliens timeline with Colonial Marines.
Theoretically, that should be really easy to do, but that's only if a writer or director can stop themselves from actually doing anything funky with the lore, and instead of just focusing on making a compelling scenario and story.
Mike says just make reboot AVP. Well, that's all it needs to be. It just needs to be something that doesn't acknowledge the others.
Yeah.
It doesn't even need to be a reboot as such.
AVP in the future can do that so easy. We have so many comics for inspiration.
Are we missing an alien here?
Yeah, that's true. Here's somewhere.
Lone Fox says thoughts on Stasis Interrupted, playing it right now. The other DLC was always better, wasn't it? Even if Turk is a
Colonial Marines?
yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Even if Turk is a bit of a stretch.
I love it because of Turk, especially. He brings the hilarious alien resurrection element in it.
still remember the fucking cutscene. That it's just outrageous. Caleb says, "Yeah, I never really liked the whole Predators came to Earth and built pyramids stuff in the first movie, so I'd hope any future ones just ignore that kind of stuff entirely, which I imagine they would anyway. If they have any smarts, the next AVP will actually be." I say that, but then they also fucking started doing the anime as a redo of the first two comics, and then they all pissed away that. So it's not a smart thing.
I mean,
It's
I was
so
very
fucking
skeptical
obvious.
about the ancient astronaut stuff when Paul Anderson first started talking about it. But I think it was handled pretty well, and it was nice to see it again in this game and in some of the other media, like the two comic books that were kind of like the sequel to Anderson's movie. Like, to me, that is the AVP Anderson trilogy, is the film, and then Civilized Beasts and Thrill of the Hunt. Other way around, but...
Thrill of the Hunt wasn't very good, though. Civilized Beast was fantastic.
Yeah.
I never minded the ancient astronaut stuff, I'll be honest, but then again, that's also because I'm such a huge Stargate fan. So it's like...
AVP did it better in that sense than Prometheus.
Agreed.
Prometheus has more interesting questions, but at the same time, the premise was a lot more outrageous.
Yeah.
Alright, Nick said we need a Predator Concrete Jungle remake or sequel. I don't think we necessarily need it to be tied to Concrete Jungle, but we do need a third-person open-world Predator game.
We at least need a Night Dive remaster of that, or some of the other old games, because they keep releasing bangers. Like, they just re-released Doom 1 and 2 for QuakeCon, and it's the best those games have ever been.
Was it them who did the that fucking anthology thing I've been seeing go around?
What thing?
Doom.
Yeah.
What was it called Anthology? I can't remember.
Well, that was the limited run physical release for it, but they just re-released Doom 1 and 2 remastered, and they're great. Like, they have an all new soundtrack, but you can still play with the original soundtrack, and it's all modern supported, runs in 4K. So I'm hoping they do Quake 3 next.
Caleb says they're doing the Thing remakes as well.
Right.
So.
That
Yes,
one I'm very
yes,
much
they
looking
are.
forward to. Yeah.
I am very much looking forward to that. I never played the old one, but I understand it to have been a bit of a glitchy mess anyway. But I'm quite looking forward to Night Dive doing one. Nick says, interviewing any actors from AVP this year? No, we are not, and it is not for lack of fucking trying.
You know, we never had Ian White on the podcast.
I've asked him on the podcast before. He wasn't interested in doing a voice. So, yeah. We did a couple of written ones with him.
How long ago did you ask him?
Oh, it was some years ago, but I'm not going to go out my way to. We've spoke to him several times via text, so it's like there's not really a great deal much new I could probably ask him.
True, yeah.
Even reached out to Anderson.
That would have been a cool one. I'm surprised he said
Yeah, it would've
no.
been.
I saw him interviewed on like some YouTube channel with like a few hundred subscribers recently, so I was kind of expecting.
Well,
to get him.
they said he was busy, and I don't know what
Sure,
he's working.
sure he was.
Yeah.
He probably was like, I don't want these angry fans asking me why my movie sucks.
Look, what I always say, you know, it's in celebration, it's in appreciation, that kind of thing, because we're not fucking stupid enough to be like, why does this suck? I mean, yes, we'll ask about creative decisions and stuff like that, but not frame it around you fucking suck.
Although we didn't move forward with our Fred Decker review kind of for that reason.
Well, exactly for that reason, yeah.
Because it did suck.
I mean, that is why I don't reach out to fucking creatives who work on comics or books that I don't enjoy. I mean, where's the fun or pleasure in that for us or them?
So you're telling me, Aaron, that you never tried to get an interview with Randy?
No.
Never asked him? No?
No, never. I mean, I even tried Shane Salerno at one point in the past, not for the anniversary, but just as a, you know, this could be interesting kind of thing, and got nowhere with that.
We tried with the Strauss brothers too. We were like, hey, we're not gonna shit on this movie, and they weren't interested either.
Although, didn't Liam tell us that they'd mentioned? I don't know. It might be something to try and do again when it gets
Liam
to...
was the one who said they weren't interested.
Did he? I thought he said they
no,
were.
I asked him a few times.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we can...
Although, I mean, the interview we did with Liam was great.
Oh yeah,
I really
was a
enjoyed that.
fantastic one.
Maybe you can do an AVPR interview when they release the Wolf Predator in like 50 years.
Oh, you're talking about that Randy, not Randy
Randy
Pitchford.
Oh, Randy from NECA.
I mean-
No. I mean, now that you've been talking about the Strauss brothers for the AVPR things, I'm like... when something gets released from them.
Yes, Mikey. Yes, that was not a good time, and I think Joe feels quite embarrassed about it these days.
I still remember flying out to LA just to, like, with my dad, just to see the first
panel.
the first footage they showed from AVPR, and the directors were there, and I got some signed posters.
Don't you have that behind you on the wall?
Yep. But I think Liam's doing another
Skylines,
movie,
yeah.
right? Yeah, jeez, he's had some success with that. It's so weird because the first movie was not good at all.
No,
and
it was
then
not.
the sequels are all fantastic.
I've really enjoyed Skyline 2 and 3. Skyline Warpath is an upcoming American science fiction action film written and directed by Liam O'Donnell. It stars Iko Uwais. Wasn't he in one of the other ones?
You got me.
Yeah, he was. He was in... He's the guy from The Raid.
Need more ammo.
I'm sure he was in one of the other Skylines. No? No, apparently not. Oh, yes, no, he was. He was in Beyond Skyline. The second one. Scott Adkins, who's that?
Mike says we were all much younger those days. That's true. Fair point.
I died on the screen.
Ow.
But no less angry, too, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's supposed to be out next year.
If anything, we're more angry. We just learned to contain it better.
I don't know. I'm hitting that point where I'm like, I just want to be that fucking grumpy, angry old man that just says what he's thinking.
Yeah, that's
rather
the point
than
where
having
you
to be
can't-
restrained.
That's when you can't contain it anymore, and then everyone just thinks you're some old asshole, and it's like, no, that's just where we're headed. You'll get there too.
Casper says Croft has posted a new video about the Alien franchise. I wonder if he's actually watched the movies at all and just has AI to write the scripts.
Croft? Who's that?
Croft is a fucking moron. Is
okay.
who Croft is. He's another one of those YouTubers who is just a
theorist in quotes.
he's just a fucking idiot. He did a bunch of scripts based on a fake Prometheus draft, and he's been told that they're fake and it's incorrect, and he's peddling bullshit, and he don't care. He doesn't respond to it. He's just happy with his 1.2 million whatever fucking views for that piece of shit video. This is where this is the problem I have with how effortless it is to create things on things like, you know, these shitty YouTube slideshows and Facebook pages and stuff like that, because it's so effortless that people don't care about the quality of the content they put out. And that is where, I mean, I know there's been some discourse over responsibility of spoilers and stuff like that in fandom of late, but where I've always held myself to be responsible and where I've held us to be responsible is the quality of the content, is the truth and accuracy of the stuff we put out. That's what matters to me. That is what is responsible of people with voices in our little corners of internet nerddom, is not peddling fucking bullshit for the sake of views and a bit of YouTube revenue.
Yeah, definitely.
He fucking angers me. People like him anger me.
Oh, we got the Praetorians now. Probably won't be lasting much longer.
Nomad, it's Croft. Acid Glow as well. Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. As Nick's,
Aaron throwing
Nick's
swings
just said.
today.
Well, didn't he plagiarise us over some bits and pieces as well?
Yeah.
And it annoys the shit out of me because he used to be a very prolific and very good AVP modder, AVP2 modder back in the days, and he's just become one of these crappy YouTube peddlers. No, he used to be. He used to be on the boards, Mike. He used to be a part of the community. I didn't choose violence. I chose honesty. Yeah, I mean, you're quite right, Casper. They don't care because the majority simply watch the movies and nothing else. And it's not that they fucking think to care or check if, you know, the accuracy of it. I mean, there's a reason I start, after I read something online, I preface most comments with apparently, because I can't fucking trust anything I read online anymore without actually reading into it myself.
That's it for me. Good luck, Greg.
I completed myself immediately. Excellent.
Oh man, we got close to the same score there.
Nice.
All right, we got to do one more, Aaron. The Thunderstorm one.
What? I want to kind of finish off the scripts.
Just one more. Last one.
It'll be short. We'll die quickly. You know us.
Yeah, we'll die.
We won't, though. We won't.
You sabotage us, shoot us in the back so we fall down, and the aliens will take care of us. God, it'll be fun.
I've kind of already come off the game. I've been watching you.
Oh, get back in here.
You guys continue. It's fine.
All right. Uh-oh. Can I change the... Uh-oh. We might have to go back here.
No, bro, we'll get out and get back in.
Hold out against the alien
Might try and do a
swarm for
page
as long as
while you're on here.
We do not want to
Two
do
pages,
that.
and I've done 2 pages, Adam. I'm desperate to get this done tonight before bed.
Okay, join me
I
again.
have to
Greg.
reconnect to you. Turn up the friendly fire. Unless you want it to be quicker.
Yeah, I'll turn off the friendly fire.
You have to. You can't play
Tempest.
Survivor with the friendly fire on.
Survivor just like it works
It
better.
just needed a respawn.
It needed
Yep.
the elements they added in Bug Hunt for Colonial Marines, even though that kind of failed on some levels as well. But it needed explorable maps here, and you needed to be able to respawn in between rounds, or have some method of bringing your teammates back.
Yeah.
Very, very basic things that could have helped this mode a lot.
Yeah, that have been around since Call of Duty Zombies, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
even
it
since
needed
the
time.
original friggin' AVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just constrained with time, and a strange design decision there.
I think that's probably something we asked Alex about when we had him on a stream or on the podcast.
Yeah, and I don't. I think it did, but I don't remember his answer there. I do remember there was
Warning.
again
Incoming wave
the
detected.
beautiful community that we have here. Somebody created a modded server with Survivor that where you respawn when you die,
Really?
and you have AI marine companions that were there just shooting along. It was fucking crazy because the more people you have, the more aliens spawn in. It was really dense, but you were constantly respawning, and it looked and felt phenomenal. So it was nice, but the server was a bit unstable, and the way it was designed is a bit strange, so you could never really release it, etc. I haven't seen it. Like I played it like a few times, but the person I haven't been in contact with them. So too bad, but it's possible. Maybe somebody in the future will make something like that. Anybody of our viewers who are listening, if anybody's a modder and would like to tackle that, I'm sure the fan base would be grateful.
Yeah, this one's actually my favorite Survivor map. I know it's pretty basic and you don't like unlock any doors
Well,
or
it's
anything.
just
but
it's just the atmospherics
it's the
of it.
atmosphere, yeah. It's that good. But like this could have been better. Like if I could unlock this door here and we could go inside.
And yeah, they have bigger maps in the campaign, so just literally put those campaign maps into Survivor, and that's it.
And then you have Bug Hunt that does it in completely the opposite direction, where you have these massive friggin' maps that take 3 years to progress through because everything's overcosted.
Yeah. Every door costs way too much money. And by that point, the aliens are like
that's
destroying
just
you.
about the price. That's just about the progression that was badly balanced. But
Yep. Like if I play Bug Hunt on easy, it's alright. Other than that, it's just ridiculous. Because they still get really difficult on easy with the way it progresses. Ah, I keep shooting you, sorry.
no problem.
At least it won't kill you.
Fire off.
It'll just stumble you.
I don't know, does it take your health away?
Nope. It stumbles me and I get like a blood splatter on my screen.
Adam, did you know that Lex will return in APA, Alien Predator Annihilation?
I did not know that. That makes me excited.
Do you not remember that from
When-
the old,
when can we
the old
expect that?
scripts?
I know, I do. I'm just kidding. I forgot it said Lex will return, but I remember the EVP Annihilation thing, which ended up being the name of the anime.
Yes. Covered in blood and bruises, holding the warrior's spear, and marked with the tribal scar, Lex has never looked more formidable.
Warning. Incoming wave
Yeah,
detected.
that doesn't sound like fanfic.
She seems more predator than than human.
In an alternate timeline, Mila Jovovich did star in AVP, and Paul Anderson ended up making 5 sequels to that.
Imagine that, man. 5 sequels to AVP. I'm sure she would be great there.
They really need to just fucking make the original comic. They really do.
If Fox and Disney are so slow with that, there's a chance that we will see that probably first with Unreal 5 or 6, 7 by the time it gets out or something. Somebody will create it in a great game engine as a short, probably a recreation of one.
I remember back in the day, before Anderson's thing was announced, there was somebody working on an animated adaptation. I mean, you know, CG animated adaptation. They got foxed because
remember
of
this,
Anderson.
Can you still find it on YouTube?
Doubt it.
It was like a Colonial Marines kind of thing, wasn't
Oh
it?
no, there was a different one. That was a different thing. That's one of the things you can find when you go way backing through like Alien Experience. Sizzy says, I think I still have pictures of it saved. What's the Valve thing? Isn't there like a Valve movie maker?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's Gary's mod.
Source filmmaker.
Oh yeah. Sort of.
Or Gary's mod.
They,
Yeah, you
they
can
work
use
together,
that.
right?
Yeah, they share some things. I'm not completely sure about that, but yeah, Source Filmmaker is specifically for making the animations, but Gary's mod is something similar. You can make movies in that as well, but the Source Filmmaker is better, I've heard.
I guess the anniversary for Rebellion's 99 AVP is coming up, and some people are doing something for that, Aaron. Did you see that little trailer that was posted in the forum?
Yes, they're doing a map. They're doing a map pack, aren't they? Isn't it? Some of the AVP Unknown boys. I think it's oldie.
I was really impressed with that. I'm like, how did you get the free cam in AVP 99 to move like that?
They've also released another custom map for Classic. After doing that Alien Trilogy one.
Yeah, based on
the other
Jaguar,
one?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn the legends.
I struggle with the Jaguar one these days.
Well, someone was remaking that, and it was looking pretty good, right? I need to check back out.
Yeah, they've not done anything for a long while. They haven't. Inverse Predator Jaguar remake.
We also should stream the latest demo build of Hope for the Future.
I haven't. It's been
The regular one?
It's been
I
2 years since an update on that Jaguar remake.
Yeah, but we never really streamed that. Oh, the Jaguar remake.
Yeah, well, I could never get the co-op working. Me and Chris tried to get the
Yeah, we
co-op on
tried
it
too.
working. Or did me and Chris get it working at one point? Can't remember.
We could try AVP2 co-op. Well, that's what you and I had tried to get working.
We
on.
try. Oh yeah, we need to ask AVP Unknown if they'll just host as a server for that. I think it's something to do with the dicking around with the server stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely something you should ask him about, because that would be a fun one.
Yeah.
Warning, incoming wave detected.
I have to see if I can find this guy doing the Jaguar remake. It looked really fucking good. I just struggle to play a lot of the older games these days because it can be a bit aimless.
Yeah. I think that's why we kind of fell off doing the AVP Extinction playthrough.
No, I've done it. I've got like 2-3 Predator missions for us to record audio for.
I really liked your Extinction playthroughs. Kind of miss them.
Yeah, we gotta get back on that, because before long it'll be Predator Concrete Jungle's anniversary that we gotta do.
There's too much to do, too much to play, not enough time and energy in the world to do it.
Somebody said they like the AVP Queen. Crawling Chaos. I do adore the Queen in AVP. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Queen in general, outside of comics, we have not seen much of these days. But yeah, I did particularly like her in AVP. I thought the Haya figure that was of her was really cool. Yeah, when was the last time we saw the Queen outside of comics and novels, Aaron? It was like AVP Evolution, I think. Right?
No, that was December.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, my bad. That's right. She was in that quite a bit.
And she was awesome there.
Exterior, outer space. Predator spacecraft glides past our moon, headed away from Earth into deep space.
In space, space.
I'll get to the last page. I'm about to get on the last page now.
So I saw Longlegs the other day, and there was a trailer for a new sci-fi movie called Slingshot, which looked like another space madness kind of film.
Sci-fi, but with the psycho stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
As Ren and Stimpy would say, the space madness.
Never got into Ren and Stimpy.
Probably for the best.
The weird and Nickelodeon stuff just never appealed to me.
Yeah, I didn't know about that as well.
What was the Invader Zim? That was it. I could never even get on with Invader Zim as a kid. Well, here's a good one for you, Adam. Scar's dead body has been laid to rest in place of honor, directly beneath the effigy of the Predator Thunder God.
Thunder God?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's a whole thing in the earlier versions of them sort of praying to this. I suppose that's where the Thunderbolt Scar's supposed to come from.
I am so dead. Well, that's it for us. Well, I think that'll be it for us today, folks. We will all see you on the other side after we enjoy Alien Romulus coming up.
Hopefully enjoy it.
Yes, hopefully. Hopefully enjoy. Fingers crossed. But yes.
You know what? I saw the... Sorry, just to kind of go off that. We were talking about on the boards about early reactions to the films and if it's biased and all that kind of stuff. And it made me go and look up like the early Covenant reactions.
Were they all super glowy?
Not overly, but then I got to mine as well. Do you want to hear what my first impressions after coming out of the Covenant premiere was? First impressions, more satisfying than Prometheus. Last act, little messy with the aliens. Love the cast and characters. There you go. That was my first.
That's not glowing, considering.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, it's not always fucking like that at all.
Oh yeah, for me, I remember The Predator, and just coming out of that, walking back to my hotel, being like, first Covenant last year, and now The Predator this year. These franchises are like dead. And then
those were tough years.
And then Prey happened, and we were all super pumped and like, oh shit, we're back. So I'm definitely hoping for a repeat of that with Alien.
I hope so. I really do as well.
We will see in a few days. But thank you again, everybody, for joining us for our stream. You can always find us on our website, avpgalaxy.net. Or on oh my god, I can't talk. Or on all the major social channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm gonna stop calling it X. Nobody calls it X. I mean, come on.
No.
And Threads.
And
YouTube,
be sure to check back in on the website on the 13th. Alien versus Predator. Release date.
Anniversary podcast for the original AVP movie, yes.
And 12th of August, apparently. Jesus, that's tomorrow. I fucking hope not. Oh. Okay, right. Well, check around the 12th and 13th. I'll definitely have the first draft, the exclusive first reveal, first post ever of the first draft of AVP. Ready, rocking to go, and then there'll be a anniversary retrospective podcast following shortly after. So, thank you, everybody. And I guess we'll hopefully see everybody next Sunday.
Yep. All right, everyone. Take care.